Hey, it's Margaret, and you have landed on Twitchy Nurse. Today's topic: who are you? So, I wanted to do my first video as an introduction so you guys can get to know me a little bit and know my nursing career and nursing background, um, and know that I'm just not someone off the street pretending to know information. Even though a motto of mine is fake it till you make it, which I'll discuss in another video. Twitchy Nurse is a brainchild of mine that I came up with about a month ago to reach out to nurses and educate them. My plan is to have videos and study sessions to kind of help new nurses, student nurses, experienced nurses who just want to discuss medical, nursing, healthcare topics, you name it. I just want to impart my knowledge and experiences that I have had in nursing to kind of help guide nurses out there today. So, yeah, let's get started and join me on my trip down memory lane. So, bear with me. I'm not very good at talking about myself, but we'll get through it. I've been a nurse for 14 years, but I didn't always want to be a nurse. I actually, in high school, wanted to be a cardiac surgeon. But then as I went through college, I had some family members go into the hospital, and the way I saw doctors care for my family members versus nurses, I found that the type of doctor that I would want to be was more of a nurse. And I'm very glad I switched because nursing definitely was a better fit for me. So I ended up attending Aurora University. It's in Aurora, Illinois. It was a school that I grew up saying I would never attend because it was 2 blocks from my house and I felt like that was too close to home. But I ended up going, and in 2008, I graduated with my bachelor's. During the last semester of school, I decided I wanted to join the military, but the paperwork and whatnot took a little bit longer than I anticipated. So I ended up doing a year of nursing on the civilian side. My first year of nursing was at a hospital, a smaller hospital in a suburb of Chicago, and it was on a medical surgical detox oncology unit. They had recently combined 2 units together, and that's where I landed. From there, I was in the military and the Army, and I was at Fort Hood to start with. And for the second to 2.5 years, I was on a mother baby unit and then also a PACU. Then I moved to Fort Sill, which is in Oklahoma, and I was in the ER, and I was also in the mother baby unit there as well. From there, I got out of the Army and I started my ICU journey, which is now my home. I started in a regular, it was a county hospital, so on the smaller side, and it was an general ICU. They did have a little bit of cardiac. They did open heart surgeries, but they didn't have a specific cardiac ICU. It was a combined unit with trained nurses for the open hearts. From the ICU, I decided to take a PACU position, which is a post-anesthesia care unit. And it was in a neighboring hospital in the same city that I lived in Oklahoma. And what was neat about that hospital is if I didn't have any patients in the PACU, I was able to go back and watch some of the surgeries, which was very interesting and helped me take better care of my patients post-operatively. After about 1.5 years in the PACU at that hospital, I decided to do travel nursing. And the thing about travel nursing is they want you to have the relative experience within the last 2 years of your career. And lucky for me, I had both ICU and PACU. So I was able to travel to several different ICUs. I was able to travel to a PACU. And then I was also accidentally on a step down unit as well, which was also very interesting and eye opening. During my travel career, I did a trauma ICU, cardiac ICU, level 1, which is a trauma designation, at Oklahoma University PACU. And then I also was on a cardiac step down unit. And then my last contract was in a neurosurgery ICU in Chicago. After I traveled, I decided to settle down at a facility in Texas. And right now I'm in a surgical trauma ICU. I've seen over the last 4 years so many different things. And even though I'm considered an experienced nurse, I still see things and learn things all day, every day. So one thing we'll talk about later is certifications and continuing education. These are very important when you're advancing your career. For me, I received my critical care certification in 2017. And then I just recently, this past year, received my trauma nurse certification. I actually took the test while I had COVID, which is pretty interesting. I don't recommend taking a certification test while you're sick. And then lastly, I'm in my master's course right now. I have a master's degree. I have a few more classes left. I'm just starting my capstone for that. So wish me luck because school's hard. So in a nutshell, with all my experience and knowledge that I've gained over the last 14 years, I really want to share that with all of the nurses that could possibly use it. I love to teach, and I promise that my other videos will have a little bit more humor in it. I just don't talk about myself very well. So if you have a little to learn or a lot to learn, or you just want to learn new nursing concepts or just learn in general and review things, give me a follow. I'll post YouTube videos discussing different topics, case studies, and then also let's have a study session. So join me on twitch.tv/twitchynurse. See you later.